Hey there everybody, it's Charlo here. Today I'm coming at you with a bit of a shorter video, I think. I was reading Halo Palace Hotel and Halo Evolutions, and I kind of wanted to just talk about it. But first, I did want to mention, I would really appreciate it if you all joined the great journey, subscribed, commented, and just generally, tell me what you think of the video. Tell me what you think of what I'm talking about today, and just, all of that. All that jazz. Do whatever everybody else tells you to do at the end of every video here, and you will earn a spot in the great journey to the great beyond and paradise. Anyways, we're gonna jump straight into this one. So I read this story while I was on break at work over the course of a couple days, and I don't know if that made me not like it as much, because generally speaking, I could not even tell where it was set half the time, because it kind of is supposed to be like a weird adaptation of Outskirts and also Metropolis, but it doesn't really do that good of a job of being faithful. It kind of just does its own thing. It's all like still mostly relatively canon. It's like half canon, half not. Like, some of the stuff in this book could have still happened, but I don't think it really is like the most canon thing ever. But it generally starts with that part of the beginning of Outskirts where you're on the Pelican, and then the Scarab jumps out and shoots, and the guy's like, "Whoa!" And then and then the Pelican crashes. But the weirdest part about this is, from my recollection of this book. Now keep in mind, this is just my recollection of it, reading it. I probably don't have the best comprehension skills. I don't know. I don't know if it's that, or if it's just if it just genuinely didn't have this in it. But obviously, very prominently, there was no Sergeant Johnson. And there was also, I don't think there were any Marines that came with him. I think he literally just hopped out of the Pelican when it crashed, ran into the plaza, and then found some tunnel, met up with Palmer, and that's kind of just the end of it. They run around, do their thing, and end up, a couple people die as they're on their way because they get attacked by Covenant. And then Palmer does something crazy out of pocket. She calls Cortana a, quote, real fucking bitch. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. Shots fired. Shots fired. It was really funny. That made me laugh. But, like, holy voice crack shit, man. Anyways, there are also like they go through a bunch of sections that they don't really go through in the actual level, from my understanding. Like, they do a part where, there's one part where they go through a sewer, and I don't really think you do that in the level. I mean, you go through, like, the tunnels, the subway tunnels, but you don't go through a sewer at any point, so I don't know where they got that from. But they continue through the level, and I think they end up around, at least from what I was getting at, from what my brain was envisioning. I'm sure this isn't what the actual author wanted me to envision. I thought they were in, like, that weird park section from Metropolis. Basically, they sneak up behind a Jackal sniper. Chief punches it so hard that it dies, and then Palmer kind of looks at him and says kind of a crazy line. So, line for line, bar for bar, I'm gonna read this shit and bleep out as much as I probably have to appease YouTube. Palmer's heart skipped a beat, and she reflexively licked her lips. Chief, I believe I can honestly say that even though you are an honest to Buddha one-man death squad, and that if you were to ask nicely, I'd give up my lucrative career in the Corps and start pumping out you could put them in me. There is no way that I am gonna run across 50 goddamn meters of open terrain covered by 3 Jackal snipers that I can see, just to jump into an open vehicle. Throwing myself on a goddamn grenade makes more sense than that. Out. I love how Palmer is written in this. That is one of the compliments I have to give to Robt McLeese. I think I'm saying that right. Palmer's written incredibly. I think that she is really funny. There's times where I laugh at what she says, and she very much seems like a Marine. Now, something I don't like about how this is written is instead of talking like, instead of just abbreviating and having the letters LAAV or something to that effect, like UNSC, just like whatever that's called. I'm gonna put it up on screen. I don't fucking remember. I'm not good with definitions. Instead of like actually putting those up there and being like, okay, these are like the abbreviations, whatever. The author does a thing instead where he actually spells it out. So he's like ELVEEVEE, or it's like something like that. Like, it's just, I don't like it, and it slows my reading down because I'm having to like pronounce. I don't know. I didn't like that part. It kind of was a weird thing that I was just like, I don't really mess with this. But generally, after this, they kind of end up getting into a warthog, and Chief talks a lot in this. It's really weird. It kind of caught me off guard, because he actually speaks like a noticeably large amount for Halo 2 timeline, because he doesn't really talk a lot in Halo 2. That kind of shocked me. I figured that he would be a lot more reserved and kind of just letting Cortana speak for him, but with Palmer calling Cortana a bitch, I guess it kind of makes sense. But anyways, Chief kind of yells at Palmer and says, like, after a ghost passes by them and goes for the Marines that were in the other warthog that's following behind them, Chief's like, you can't be aiming it behind you to worry about your Marines. You got to be aiming it in front of us, and anything that comes at us, you got to shoot at in front of us, because behind us, we can worry about that later. In front of us is more important. And I thought it really showed how Chief is a caring guy. I liked that. I thought it was cool. It reminded me of Halo 4 and 5 Chief, where he's like, that's what makes us human. And then that sounded like cryptic. He says that to the pilot, or Brohammer, or I don't remember his name, but that guy. Then after all of this, they end up making it to what I assumed to be that weird little Marine command post at the end of Metropolis, and they split up. And the Marine is kind of like the Marine that's in there is kind of like, Chief, you gotta talk to the commander or the lieutenant. She's up there waiting for you. Chief gets up there, and she's holding a picture, and the picture is actually, you're never gonna guess this. I was reading this and I thought it was like a dream or something while he was in cryosleep. She's holding a picture of little girl her and little kid Master Chief, and it was like, oh my god, he knew her. And then Chief kind of had to go through this mental jump where he's like, she thinks I'm dead. I shouldn't ruin her memory of me and make her hate the government because they took me. I thought it was excellently written, and it showed the actual mental, like, we've never seen this before, where a Spartan actually finds their original family or friends or something like that and been like, dude, those people, they're like, yeah, like they were my family. And that's like never something I don't think we've seen before, at least in the books I've read. There's probably something else like that, but shows a more human side of the Chief, and I enjoy that. I think it's good. I am a very big, outspoken advocate for Master Chief having feelings. Overall, I do think I kind of enjoyed, after letting it simmer for a day or two, I did enjoy Palace Hotel, but I found it really weird how there were so many discrepancies between the actual level and what was supposed to be adapted here. That's something that kind of drives me crazy when they do adaptations and then kind of just like don't really line stuff up. I don't know. It's something that bothers me. And another thing, they ended up, the wraiths that are actually attacking the building when Chief gets there in the game, they're not there either. They are like on the way, which is another weird discrepancy. It's like, why doesn't he have to clear them and have like a cool action sequence or something and extend it by a couple pages? I don't know. Anyways, I think I'm gonna cut it off here. If you guys did enjoy this and enjoyed me like talking about stuff I've read Halo-wise and want me to do more expanded universe book content, let me know, and I'm definitely down to do that, because I really have been enjoying reading Halo Evolutions. I've been taking it really slow though, so it's gonna be a little bit before I get a video out on like human weakness. I mean, I could do stuff like I could backtrack and do the Mona Lisa or something. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe, like, comment, join the great journey. Everything you gotta do. Tell me how you liked the video. All that. But anyways, I think that's about it. See ya.